This story originates from a Reddit user by the name of Apostasy93. My imaginary friend, Charlie. Back when I was a kid, I had an imaginary friend named Charlie. From what I remember, Charlie was around from the time I was about 4 years old up until I was 9, when my family moved to a different house. So I spent 5 years talking and playing with Charlie. My parents encouraged it because I didn't have any real friends or siblings, and it wasn't uncommon for a lonely kid to create an imaginary friend to play with. I was a loner, and still very much am today. Charlie told me he used to live in my house before my family moved in. I believed him because we often played hide and seek, and he knew all of the best hiding spots. He knew things about the house that even I didn't know at that time. A couple of times I asked him where his parents were and why they didn't live in the house with him, and he never gave me an answer. After a year or so, he started asking me to do strange things like stealing change from my mum's purse or hiding my dad's car keys so he would be late to work. Random, mischievous stuff like that. When I refused, his requests became much more sinister, telling me to push my mum down the stairs, start a fire in my parents' bedroom, etc. Of course, I again refused. Charlie became more cold, and instead of wanting to play, he only suggested doing things to hurt me or my parents. I was scared of him. I never told my parents what he said, only that I didn't want to play with him anymore. When we moved out of that house, I didn't bring Charlie with me. I forgot about him for many years, until a few days ago when my mother asked me if I remembered having an imaginary friend growing up. That's when all of this started to come back to me. I did some research into the history of my old house and found that there was indeed a young boy named Charles, whose family lived in the house about 15 years before mine and apparently died at a young age. But I couldn't find any info as to how or where he died. Is it a coincidence that my creepy imaginary friend and the kid who died at my house shared the same name? Why was he telling me to hurt my parents? Did I imagine him, or was he a ghost? I'll never know for sure, but feel free to share your opinions.